Okay. Hello, everyone. This is Planet of NY Sports. Here we talk Yankees, Mets, Giants, Jets, and a little bit of the Knicks and Nets. So today I wanted to just give a year in review about the New York Yankees. The chokers. We've been choking since 2009. I don't get it. I just we do the same thing every year. So we're gonna just start off by reviewing this season. So Alex, how did you feel about this Yankee season?
In the first half, with all that was going on with us, I feel like our season was looking like really promising in the beginning. But then, after the All-Star break, everything just like went downhill when we started choking, we started losing games that we could have easily won, and we just made really bad decisions that cost us in the end.
Yes, I agree. Now I have a quote from our favorite GM in the league, Brian Cashman. We entered the postseason with not the same roster that excelled for 4 months. We were one of the best teams in baseball, let alone the American League, and then we got wrecked with injuries. We lost our starting left fielder. Why? Why do we always seem to make excuses? Okay. All right. So, do you mean to tell me the Astros didn't have injuries? Every other team in the postseason didn't have injuries? The Braves in 2021, they won a World Series without Ronald Acuna. So this whole notion of we have injuries, blah blah blah, we had this, no, we lost Benintendi, blah blah blah. No. All right, what do you have to say?
I mean, basically what you just said, and I feel like our team is like, or our managing like Crashman is so focused on that year with the Astros 2017 that he's like not progressing further as we need to. Because I feel like if you're so focused on the Astros and do what they do, use your rookie shortstop instead of using Isaiah Kiner for Lefa at shortstop, who does not know how to play shortstop. It's just
I
so
don't
frustrating.
even I don't even want to talk about IKF yet. He's going to be a whole another big topic here. But look at what the Astros did. Jeremy Pena, and guess what? He was a rookie. He was a rookie. He was a rookie.
He won championship MVP and then won World Series MVP. So
Exactly. So this
like
whole notion of we got IKF, blah blah blah. He's going to be our stop guy. Okay, you didn't sign all these guys. You didn't sign Corey Seager. You didn't sign Story. You didn't sign all these shortstops. Okay, so IKF, he's a stopgap, right? Okay, if he's a stopgap, once the shortstops come up, he should not be playing as much. So I don't understand why we call up Peraza and then all of a sudden, oh no, IKF's still our shortstop. He's one of the best defensive shortstops in the league. No, he's not. The
he doesn't
stats
even play shortstop.
exactly. He literally won his Gold Glove at third base. So I don't even know who came up with the decision to, oh yeah, he's going to be our stopgap shortstop. You would and taking on Josh Donaldson's contract. We could have just cut Gary Sanchez, kept Gio Urshela, and we could have signed friggin' Jose Iglesias for all I care. It would have been cheaper. Now we're stuck with Josh Donaldson's contract. We can't move him. And we got Brian Cashman saying, oh, yeah, we're going to keep Josh Donaldson. He's a great defensive third baseman. Yeah, he's going to start off the season. No, Yankee fans do not want to hear that.
Nobody wants to hear that. I don't know what got in their mind that they want Josh Donaldson to start at third after the year that he had.
Okay, so if you had to grade the team this year, what would you give them?
Like A to F?
Yeah.
Maybe a C. I don't know. Because I feel like beginning of the year, I would give it probably like a A minus or a B plus. But then after the second half, I don't even know what happened. Like we just went down. I feel like I would give that part like a D or maybe. So like overall, probably like a C or a C minus.
C or C minus. Okay. I would give us a D plus. A D plus because there should have been way more moves made at the deadline. There should have, and there should have been a greater sense of urgency. This Frankie Montas, I, he's looking like Sonny Gray 2.0 right now. I don't get it. He wasn't even on the postseason roster. It was a waste. It was a waste.
He got injured after having a bunch of terrible starts, and then we never even used him after that. So
exactly, And here, I want to talk about Aaron Boone. I want to talk about Aaron Boone. So we got guys not hustling. Guys are posing after they hit a ball off the wall. Josh Donaldson.
Josh Donaldson.
Yep, and he's just making excuses for guys. He can't even manage his own bullpen correctly because you got Clay Holmes saying, "Oh yeah, I'm available in game 5 of the ALDS," and all of a sudden Boone's like, "No, he wasn't available." Blah blah blah. I didn't want to use, but Clay Holmes literally told him, "I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go." So
he is way more reliable in that situation. Exactly. I don't know why he didn't.
I know we still won that series, but I don't care. Like that's still there's so many overlining issues, and we're of course we're running it back, which is why we're talking about Cashman and Hal after this. But you got guys like Donaldson who don't hustle. Glaber doesn't hustle. The guys are making there's these easy plays on defense. IKF routine plays.
Or like half of the plays where the ball's been in the air and the second baseman or shortstop decides to go out to the outfield and then completely miss the ball.
I don't get it with Boone. He's losing the clubhouse here. I don't even think the guys respect him that much. I really don't. I don't think the guys respect Boone because if you got guys not hustling and blah blah blah, and he's just gonna come back to the dugout if they did whatever. He's gonna slap him on the butt and he's gonna be like, it's okay. You go out there next time. He doesn't go and bench anyone. Hicks.
He needs his own topic.
Like after a lot of defensive miscues by him. We just reward these guys. I don't get it. We reward everyone for really, really poor play. It's terrible. What do you have to say about Boone?
I mean, everything you said was on point. Like, I don't know what he's doing with his bullpen. I mean, I feel like that series that we had against the Guardians, it should not have gone to 5 games. We could have easily taken them out and been done with that series. But then right after that, we got swept by the Astros. So, it's a whole other story.
The Astros they were just the better team. I'll admit that. But it's one thing to lose in let's say 6 games. I would have been like, okay, 6 games, But we got swept.
We didn't win 1 game.
We got swept. I was just at a loss for words. In a way, I was kind of glad they put us out of our misery after it was 3-0. But we're just blowing leads. We had a lead on them in game 3 and in game 4. We had leads. We squandered that. The bullpen, sure, you can say the injuries killed us, blah blah blah. But where was Cashman at the deadline? Looking for maybe another bullpen guy.
Especially after King got injured.
Exactly.
That was it.
Go get David Bednar from Pittsburgh or the guy from Arizona. I don't care. Just get a bullpen arm. We got Frankie Montas. Benintendi was good, but he didn't. He got hurt. But
he didn't really play.
Where were you? On the bullpen side of things, why? He's probably going to say, "Oh, we did our due diligence. We're just gonna call up guys, blah blah blah. Yeah, I'm living proof of blah blah blah." No. He should have been out there. I still think We should have traded for Luis Castillo. That's just my opinion. Because like
Because now every time we face the Mariners, he's just gonna beat us over and over again. It's just gonna prove how we should have gotten him.
exactly. And so you didn't want to give up Volpe and Peraza. Okay. That's totally fine. But they better both be, starters next year. And I want to see something. And if they're bust too, like Devi Garcia, Miguel Andujar, now Jackson Frazier, if they're bust like them, Brian Cashman, I've been saying this since probably 2020, is a grade A prospect hugger. A grade A prospect hugger. You got guys like Chance Adams, Miguel Andujar, who we could have traded them for Justin Verlander in 2017. And guess who beat the Yankees in 2017 in 7 games? The Houston
Astros.
I get it. People want to say, oh, they're cheating, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's fine and all. But if we have Verlander, we're going to the World Series. We're beating Houston. And we didn't hit. We everyone wants to talk about the cheating. We did not hit.
We didn't think about the opportunities that we could have, and then that's what hit us back in the end.
Exactly. Like the pitching wasn't even I don't think they were cheating in the postseason. Now, more on Cashman. What do you have to say about Cashman?
I mean, I feel like I don't know. He's not right because he does all this prospect hugging, and then this year he just they called him not Volpe, Peraza, and then they barely even wanted to use him. They just called him up to call him up, and then they just used IKF there for no reason when they have they're probably one of their most anticipated rookie shortstops that they called up that they didn't use. They benched him, and then his first career bat was against the game that they were going to lose. So I don't even know what they're doing.
Yeah, and I also have another quote from Brian Cashman. This is talking about Hal Steinbrenner. He said he has no plans to meet in person with Judge's agent, which is okay, yeah. Cashman also said that Hal Steinbrenner has not provided the club with its 2023 budget, adding, like any year, he's going to be committing a lot. Okay, he's committing a lot. If he's committing a lot of money, and Hal's obviously okay with this, why doesn't he go and be like, oh, we haven't gone to a World Series since 2009. We haven't. That's just the facts. And if you're, you should probably go and look at your GM, the guy that's, using it. And so when you make moves like taking on all of Josh Donaldson's contract, when that money could have been used on, I don't know, Carlos Correa, who was willing to take a short-term deal. You needed a stopgap shortstop. Okay, it could be a stopgap for a year. It doesn't matter, But no, we got shortstops. We got shortstops in the minors. Okay. Are the shortstops going to play? Are they going to play, Brian? IKF is the best defensive shortstop in the league. Yeah. No. And the beat writers, we need a Yankee media. We need to really ask these questions. And then you got guys like Michael Kay, Yankee boy over there. Yeah, he's expressing his frustration with Boone. And then, the next day he gets a call to tone it down and he's over there butt kissing the org again. So I really don't get it with Cashman. He's saying apparently now he's looking if, he wants to wave the magic wand to sign. What is that even?
Yeah, what is why you bring up imaginary terms?
Exactly.
For, a situation like that. It makes no sense.
And the quote that really pissed me off the most. Are you ready for this? People don't get let go because of results. If they have a good process and they're doing the job well, that's taken into account. Process. This is how far the New York Yankees have fallen. We are worried about the process. When this process hasn't won us anything. So, what this told me is that, yeah, Cashman is never getting fired. He's not going to get fired. Once he gives up, he's going to give up that position in like 30 years. We'll be adults. We'll be adults. We'll have our own kids. The Yankees won't have a World Series, and Brian Cashman will still be GM. So he's basically saying results don't matter. What's your take on that?
I mean, that is just idiotic. Like, it's crazy that they're more worried about the process and how they got to where they did instead of where they could have been instead of where they ended up. Because, like, we ended up getting swept by the Astros in 4 games in 2022 in a year that was, like, star-made for us. And then, you just didn't capitalize off anything.
I basically predicted the press conference. I want to say some of the things that I sent in our group chat. This was before the press conference even happened. And Cashman said some of these things, but I'm just going to list through all of what I thought. This team won 99 games. Injuries to the bullpen really hurt us. Injuries to Benintendi and LeMahieu really hurt us. He said basically all 3 of those things. Vote of confidence for Boone. He did well managing this team despite the injuries. That's basically what he said. He referenced to some metrics, why we love IKF, and how he gave us the best shot to win. He didn't say that. So I think deep down the Yankees know they're going to have to go with either Volpe or Peraza at short. We'll come back to that. So anyways, all 4 ALCS games were close. The open roof in Houston may have cost us a game. I'm just so sick of the excuses, but I'll come back. Playoffs is a crapshoot. Okay, if the playoffs are such a crapshoot, Brian, why do the Astros keep on going and going to the World Series? You want to tell us, Brian? Okay. We want Aaron Judge to be a Yankee. The ball is in his court. He basically said that. We'll assess everything this offseason. If an opportunity comes to improve the team and it's a good match, we'll engage. Our goal is to still win a World Series championship. We're excited about the future. Okay. Well, clearly the goal isn't to win a World Series championship. It's not. And that's where we're going to go to Hal. We're going to go to Hal. Okay. Yes, we know. He's not his father. Okay, that's fine. He takes pride in, being able to save money and, staying under the luxury tax and blah, blah, blah. You are the New York Yankees. You make the most money out of any sports team. Any sports team. You're making all this revenue. And you mean to tell me, oh, I have my budget set, blah, blah, blah. Why? I really don't get it. We could have had, let's say, what's that guy's name again? Bryce Harper or
Hold up. I got to bring up that quote.
Manny Machado. But no.
Look what they're doing now.
We want to dumpster dive year after year, get these guys that are past their prime and hope they, have a good stretch for us or just, have some renaissance. And I'll give Cashman credit. Sometimes that happens. You had Carpenter this year. He was good until he got hurt and then he couldn't do anything in the postseason. But still, I mean, this dumpster diving for players and all, it needs to stop. It needs to stop. I don't care. It needs to stop. And when you look at, the New York Mets, an owner that is willing to outspend basically everyone, it makes me even more angry. It makes me even more angry.
Especially to make Edwin Diaz the most paid reliever in all of history.
Yeah, I mean, that contract's not going to be good after for the final 2 or 3 years, but still, I mean, they can afford to do that. Can we afford to do that? Yes, they make the most money in the league, but guess what? They don't use that money on the team. You know where that goes? It goes to Hal's yachts. It goes to his yachts, whatever.
And the hot dogs and
Exactly.
the concessions.
We're those crappy hot dogs. We were paying all this money for those crappy hot dogs at the stadium, the crappy burgers, blah blah blah. And all this money, where's it going to? Where's it going to? For parking? Like Yankee Stadium. Do you know how much it costs for like a family of 4 or 5? That's a vacation if they're paying full price.
Not to mention all the other stuff that you get. You get food, you get drinks, you get it's gonna be way too much.
Exactly. Okay. So, we're spending all this money. Where's it going to? Where's it going to? It should be used on the team. This notion of, oh yeah, Hal, he already gave me a budget, and okay, fine. If we've spent a lot, but we're not spending it in the right ways, like trading for Josh Donaldson. Josh Donaldson. Alex, do you want to talk about Josh Donaldson?
The man that pimps singles. Let's see. I mean, defensively, I don't mind Josh Donaldson. Like, he's a great defender. But the thing is that IKF is also a great defender at third. And when he plays at third, he plays a lot better offensively, which makes no sense why they would pick up Josh Donaldson to use him at third when he's an old man. He cannot hit for his life, and he just does terrible in the postseason. All he did was look at pitches in the postseason. He did nothing for us, and it was worthless. I don't know why we even traded for him in the first place. It was a dumb idea.
Oh, I'll tell you why we didn't trade for him. It was because Gio Urshela, he's good, but he's not as good as Josh Donaldson. Do you know who said that? Our favorite GM, Brian Cashman. I have some stats with Josh Donaldson. In fact, I'm going to bring up his 2021 stats, which should be an indicator of why we shouldn't have done this in the first place, but I'm going to bring it up anyway. So in 2021, Josh Donaldson batted .247. And this is a guy that's making $25 million a year. 26 home runs. Okay. 72 RBIs. 114 strikeouts. His OPS was 827. So that's good. But is that worth $25 million? No, it's not. And especially for a guy that's aging, injury prone, he's slow, Now let's check his stats from this year. Okay. He had 15 home runs, 62 RBIs, 106 hits, and had a .222 batting average. The Yankees don't need more guys like that. We don't. I don't get it.
You want to know what Gio Urshela batted in 2022?
Yeah, give me Gio Urshela's stats.
Okay, so let's see. He had 143 hits with 27 doubles, 13 home runs, and 64 RBIs. But he had 41 walks, which means he was disciplined. At the same time, he batted .285.
Way
I'll see if I can find his defensive metrics too. Just makes no sense. It's not like Gio Urshela is a bad defender either. He can defend well.
What was Gio Urshela's WAR? What was his WAR?
Let's see.
I'll tell you what Josh Donaldson's WAR was. A lousy 2.4. I guarantee Gio Urshela's WAR is better than that.
Gio Urshela's WAR 2022 was 2.4.
Oh, so they have the same WAR. Oh, they do. Okay. But who had better stats? And who's the younger, cheaper player? Wait a minute. Also, we like being cheap, right? We like to save money and do all this. Okay. So why did we get rid of Urshela? Just to take on Josh Donaldson and a stopgap shortstop who, let's talk about him. Let's talk about IKF. Let's talk about it. So again, we brought him in here to be a stopgap shortstop. Okay, fine. He shouldn't be playing the whole year. That's what we were told. That's what we were told by the Yankees front office. Let's see his stats for the year. Because I know there's some IKF fanboys out there that, you know. So he had 4 home runs. 4 home runs. Nice. Didn't he hit his first home run in like what? August or something? What was it? July or August?
It was, I don't remember, but I know it was against the Red Sox, I think.
Yeah. You know, okay. Well, whatever. You know, not a lot of power. You knew what you were getting. 126 hits and a 261 batting average. That's not good for a guy that, you know, only had 4 home runs. Everyone likes to talk about, oh, IKF's a contact hitter. No, he's not. No, he's not. He's not a contact hitter. He hits an empty 261, which is going to be mostly, you know, bloop singles. And, you know, if you're going to have a high contact guy, high average, that's Andrew Benintendi. That is a high, you know, average hit for contact type of guy. And I'm going to give you Andrew Benintendi stats right now. I'm going to give you his stats. He hit 304, 5 home runs. Okay, but he hit 304. That's a contact bat. He had a ton of hits. He had 140 hits. Okay. And had a 373 on base percentage and a 772 OPS with 120 OPS plus. That's a contact hitter. Not IKF, who had an 84 OPS plus and, you know, 642 on base percentage. No. Or OPS, excuse me. No, there's no way he got on base that much. Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. He had a ton of stolen bases. I'll give him that. Okay. But why is he still at shortstop? I didn't talk about his defense yet.
That's a whole different story.
His defense was awful. No matter how many times the Yankees try to spin it to you, you know, he's in what stats? Who is telling you, oh, you know, he's one of the best defensive shortstops in the league? No, he's not. No, he's not. The guy messes up routine plays all the time. Rizzo basically saves his bacon. If we had Luke Voigt still on the team, IKF would have had even more errors. I just, and if you look at the stats, he's in the bottom of the league in terms of shortstops for all the defensive metrics. So I don't understand where they're getting these stats from. I don't know what they're looking at, and I don't know why they're trying to blow smoke up our rear ends. Because you literally told us that this guy was a stopgap. Okay, he's a stopgap. You bring up Peraza. Why isn't Peraza playing as much? Why isn't he playing?
Let's see how Peraza did this year with what he could do.
Yeah, because we hardly played the guy, so you know it's hard to really judge him because you know that's just what we do. We don't trade these prospects. Okay, if we're not going to trade them, play them. We don't play them either, so it doesn't really make a lot of sense. But I know Peraza hit 306. He had a home run. Okay, 2 RBIs. That's 15. That's solid for the 18 games.
For the 18 games, yeah.
That's solid. 15. That's really solid. I'll take that. It's not like if the guy was hitting, let's say 220 and those, I'd be like, okay, maybe he shouldn't play as much, go play IKF, whatever. No, Peraza's been good. So this notion of, oh, we're going to stick with IKF at shortstop. It doesn't make any sense considering you had your guy that you were waiting to call up play really well in the short sample size that you gave him. It does not make any sense. What do you have to say about that?
Well, I feel like if we're gonna go back to the situation about us picking up IKF and not picking up any of the other big shortstops that we had, I just want to give you a reminder of Carlos Correa's stats on the Minnesota Twins. Let's see, he batted 291 with 152 hits, 22 home runs, and a 5.4 WAR. You could tell how valuable he was to his team and how he actually made a contribution. And the Twins took up on the opportunity. But then, we stick with IKF for the whole year, and we don't even use Peraza at the end of the year when like you said, he did well for the 18 games. He batted 306 with a home run. I mean, what more could you want from a rookie shortstop that barely got played?
We literally gave the Twins the pathway to get Carlos Correa. That's what we did. That is exactly what we did. We took off Josh Donaldson and IKF. That was the trade. We gave him Sanchez. Okay, Sanchez, we were right to get rid of him. But, you would have saved a lot more money just cutting him. You could have just, bye, see you later. You didn't have to do what you did and then trade a third baseman that everyone in New York loves. Everyone loved Gio Urshela. No complaints. No complaints for me. No.
He hustled. He did well. He did what he was supposed to do.
Exactly. And he hustled. He hustled. Let's
hustled. Hustle is a big word.
Let's talk about hustle in your 2022 New York Yankees. I have a few players I would like to point to. Donaldson. I like to talk about Donaldson. Glaber. Glaber's definitely another one. Let me find another one. Hicks too. Because in terms like with his defense and stuff and basically jogging the balls, Hicks is part of this too. And let's talk about Aaron Hicks. Let's
see. Let me just remind everyone that's watching what his deal is.
Why did it take so long for this team to realize that he was just not the answer at all? Why? It shouldn't have took that long. We literally traded a starting pitcher for Harrison Bader, late into the year, just because Hicks wasn't you should have known this last offseason.
Hey guys, so we're having some technical difficulties right now, but just going off the topic of Hicks. So I don't know. So basically, looking at his contract, he signed a 7-year, $70 million contract back in 2019. But why? Aaron Hicks played so bad this year. He did not hustle. He was batting terrible. He only bats good from the left side anyway, and it was just a waste of time. A waste of time and a waste of money. Like Russ said, we literally had to trade one of our starting pitchers for Harrison Bader because of how bad he was. It was a waste. Why do we still have this guy on our team? We don't need him. Especially with Bader here. He hits righties and lefties just as well from a different side. It's just a waste of money. It makes no sense. And an honorable mention I have for hustling is Ronald Guzman. So basically, I forgot what date it was, but once Rizzo got injured, we had to call up first baseman, I guess, from the minor leagues, and we chose Ronald Guzman. He put on one of the worst performances I've ever seen from a first baseman. He never hustled. He was a terrible fielder. He could not scoop for his life. And I think in one of his at-bats, he hit a ball. It bounced up, and he watched it bounce and decided to run as soon as the catcher caught it. What are you doing? What are you doing? It's just there's so many people on this team that don't hustle, and that don't produce the products that we need them to produce. It makes no sense whatsoever. I really just don't understand. Let's see. Going back to Cashman about not, doing anything. Back in what's this, 2018, we could have had Bryce Harper. We could have had him, but I'm talking about how we could have had.
Sorry, I dropped off there. The internet went out. So, okay. So, what were you saying?
I was talking about how Hicks was useless, and I had an honorable mention for not hustling, which was Ronald Guzman, and I'm done with that now. So yeah, and I just wanted to mention about how we could have had Bryce Harper back in 2018, but Boone, not Boone, my bad. Cashman was like, "Oh, we already have enough outfielders. We don't need Bryce Harper." Let's look at the Yankees outfielders in 2018. Let's see this. Okay, pitchers, outfielders. Let's see. Okay, so we had Jackson Frazier. Okay. Brett Gardner. Aaron Hicks. Yeah. Aaron Judge. Andrew McCutchen. Billy McKinney. Shane Robinson, and Stanton. So you're telling me that out of all these outfielders, you think that Bryce Harper wouldn't even be like a good addition to even have? It just makes no sense. I don't understand.
I think it all goes back to the Stanton trade. I always felt like they should have just signed Bryce Harper. I still don't like the Stanton trade to this day. The guy's in it. He's always hurt. He's inconsistent. He's very inconsistent, and I would rather have Harper's nice lefty swing here in Yankee Stadium.
Especially on a team that's stacked with righties.
Exactly. Imagine Harper's swing at Yankee Stadium. Imagine that.
You probably have double the home runs than he got in the regular season.
Like, we literally, and the thing about re-signing Judge, what worries me is he may become another version of Stanton, and I don't want two Stantons. I don't want two Stantons. There's a bunch of parallels there. They're both like Judge. The injuries still concern me because he's going to be 31 to start the season. He's going to be 31. So, what I would give him, I would give Judge, let's say 8 years, $320 million. If he doesn't accept that, and let's say the Giants go and give him more than that, I would argue let him walk. Let him walk, because you don't want to be if apparently we can't spend this amount of money. Okay, fine. Then because I don't want to sign Judge, and then the team's basically going to use it as an excuse for the next few years of why we can't sign anybody else. Because now some more news. Judge projected to get $40 million a year. So I was right. So I would go 8 years. I would absolutely not go 10 years. You're going to be paying a guy in his 40s. I'm not going 10 years.
40. He starts the season at 31. By the end of the contract, he's going to be 41. I don't know about that.
Like even 9. It's like, like maybe 9 would be max. I would be willing to go 9 max, maybe. But if he gets like a 10-year, please, no, we're not doing that. The Giants can go and have him. What's your take on it?
I mean, I'd probably do the same thing. I feel like I'm glad that he showed this season. Yeah, I'm glad that he showed this season about like what he can do when he's not injured and how good of a player he is. And he basically won us. He basically took us to the playoffs because without him, we wouldn't have even been close to the playoffs. He won so much games for us. He hit so many clutch homers and hits. It's just like he was so good. But like you said, I'm also scared about what happens if he gets injured or something. Like what's gonna not even just what's gonna happen with him, what's gonna happen with the rest of this team. Because really this year we really had to depend on Judge at a lot of points in our games.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good point because when you look at free agency too, and let's say we don't sign Judge, okay, what are you like? What bat is out there that's going to be an impact bat? That's because the rest of the offense, I don't trust any of those guys to like go and carry us like Judge did. That we may legit be a third place team. I can see that happening if we don't resign Judge. It
I
would
mean,
not.
our division is getting a lot better than it
Exactly.
used to be.
Look at the Orioles, and especially
The
if they,
Orioles are, oh my god.
if they go out and spend, that would be something. Oh, some news. The Reds have acquired Nick Solak. Oh, that seems something like Cashman. Anyways, I just feel like, you're in a tough spot. If you don't resign Judge, I would say go out and sign Trey Turner. Just do it because you got to fill a void at that point. You can put him at like, I don't know, center field or something in a few.
I mean, he did. He does. I think he has played center before.
Yeah,
it's not like his primary, but I mean, like with his speed, he could probably do it out there.
Yeah, you can put him there because we're not going to be very good if
Yeah,
But then
if
again,
Judge isn't. That's the only thing. It's like kind of a contradicting thing. It's
exactly.
like we want Judge because he's a very pivotal bat for us, but at the same time, we don't want to sign him for too long and then like have like a waste of our years. It's like I don't know.
I mean, you're in a tough spot, and then again, he doesn't hit in the postseason, so it's like you got that too. It's like but then
basically, yeah, the postseason just showed like what would have happened if Judge wasn't on our team.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's basically what it showed.
Yeah, and to be honest, if he's not gonna hit in the postseason, that also kind of gets me a little. Okay, that's why I said 9 years. I don't even know if I'll go 9 years. I don't know. I just
320 is probably good.
Yeah,
I think 320 is good.
320. Move it. Maybe move up the annual average. Like maybe move that up. Do not touch the years until maybe San Francisco. Let's say they offer him 9 years. Okay, look at it. You're like, okay, if you think you can match it, do it. But if San Francisco, because that's the team that I think he's going to go to if he does end up leaving. If they give him, let's say, 10 years, all right. It was nice knowing you, Aaron, but I don't know, man. You want to talk about any other free agent targets for the Yankees, possibly, even though there's not a lot?
Yeah, I don't know. I can't really think of much. Yeah. I mean,
Jameson is a free agent. I mean, what do there's Rizzo. I think
Rizzo, yeah.
I think with Rizzo, it's gonna be like, okay, if Judge resigns, I'll stay because we're gonna put the qualifying offer on him, and it's gonna be harder for teams to want to sign him. Like, do they really want to give Rizzo a multi-year deal and lose the draft pick too at that?
Mm-hmm.
And we get the so I would be okay with just giving him a qualifying offer, and if whatever happens, But I would like for him to return. I really don't want to be, in another first base pickle like we were a few years ago, and Luke Voigt. I don't want to go through that. I don't want to go through that again.
Good hitter, horrible defender.
Yeah,
it's like,
and I guess more bullpen arms, but I don't know what bullpen arms are really available for the Yankees to, some people are saying, the New York Yankees should sign Justin Verlander. No, I mean, not at this point. Like, why? Like, what? Knowing our luck, he would come to the Yankees and then stink up the door.
Pull Frankie Montas or Sonny Gray.
Yeah. It just wouldn't surprise me. And, he's going to decline eventually. He's already like 40 years old. Like I don't know. Just focus on re-signing Judge, I guess. Try to make some trades, but like I don't know what trades you can like really make right now.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like I'm trying to think here. You got apparently they're gonna trade one of their current infielders, meaning Glaber, Donaldson, IKF, one of them, because apparently Marlins pitcher Pablo Lopez
Pablo Lopez.
is available.
He's back in the market. He's back in the talks again.
Yeah, because there was gonna be a Glaber Torres for Pablo Lopez trade.
Yeah, we almost made the deal, but then it didn't go through.
And like I said, I think exploring Glaber's trade value is actually pretty good, considering you're gonna probably have Volpe and Peraza both up the middle in your infield. So, where does Glaber, and you still have DJ. You still have DJ.
Yeah.
So I would say DJ. Come back. He can play third. You have Peraza at short. Put Volpe at second and try to trade Glaber because he definitely increased his trade value. I would say after the season, he wasn't great, but he's good.
He sparked up towards the end of the season.
Yeah, so hopefully that increases his trade value, and Brian Cashman can make a nice move. Let's see Glaber's stats. 24 home runs, 135 hits. Okay. 310 on base, 4.1 WAR. Yeah, you can definitely get a good pitcher for him, I would say. So I would explore trying that because you still have DJ who, you're not going to move his contract. So you might as well just
wait. He's been good. DJ's been good, but it's just like when he got injured.
I think
it's the same thing with like Carpenter. What was him? It's like after he got injured, he just kind of like lost it. He just has to like gain it back.
Yeah, like Carpenter. I don't know like what we're gonna do with Carpenter, to be honest. I mean,
I think he might be a free agent. I think
he is a free agent.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, I mean, if he gets a lot from another team, I mean, you can go because where are we gonna use him? We got all these guys coming back, and I also do want to re-sign Benintendi.
We need Benintendi back. I want to see more of him. I want to see more of him in our team.
Exactly,
because really good.
He was heating up. He was heating up before he got hurt. So I think it would be way better, for our team if we just re-sign Benintendi, re-sign Judge, re-sign Rizzo.
I mean, we have the money to. I think we have more than enough.
I just don't. I don't know if this is gonna be a championship team as long as Hal Steinbrenner and the Astros, are still, a thorn in our side because we're doing the same thing every year. We're making the same old excuses after excuse. How about this, Brian? You go up there, with your arrogant self and be like, we lost. We weren't good enough. That's it. That's all I want to hear as a Yankee fan. What I don't want to hear, and you too, Boone, I don't want to hear about how, the roof was open. I don't want to hear that. That's just a stupid excuse for why you lost the game. Oh, the roof was open. That's how.
He's making excuses.
Exactly. The roof was open. I don't care about the roof being open. And then we're talking about injuries. The Astros had Brantley was hurt. Brantley was hurt. They had Chas McCormick in their outfield, who hit a home run off of Cole, by the way. Oh, ooh! Would you look at that? Guys stepping up. The only guy that stepped up for the Yankees in the postseason was Harrison Bader. That was it. That was it. Okay, so we're gonna end it off here. This was a nice,
rant.
Nice rant. I didn't even go full out because what can you do at this point? They already said they're bringing back Cashman. Basically, even though he doesn't have a contract, he's coming back. Boone, whatever. Boone, I think Hal likes to take pride in, I don't have to fire a manager. I think he takes pride in that because he actually hasn't had to fire a manager. Like with Joe Girardi, he didn't fire him. He just let him go. Who, mind you, got further than Aaron Boone. We were one game away from the World Series, and we let him go. But with Aaron Boone, we keep moving back. Why is he still here? Why is he still here? So, to be honest, I don't think Hal cares about winning as much as his dad. I think it's pretty obvious. He cares about making the most money. I don't know where the money's going to, but that's what he cares about. And, maybe Cashman is kind of restricted a little because let's be real here. Cashman's not going to be the one deciding whether we sign Judge. It's going to be Hal. And, how much money we're willing to put into this offseason. That's going to be the deciding factor. It's not going to be Cashman. It has nothing to do with Cashman and whatever he wants to do. It's going to be Hal. Hal's going to give him the budget, how much he can spend. And if it goes over, you can say sayonara to Judge. And arguably sayonara to their postseason chances. Which, to be honest, this team needs a reset. But you can't do a reset with Brian Cashman still at the helm and Aaron Boone. You can't do it. It would be nice if Elon Musk wanted to buy the Yankees and just started firing everyone.
I wish.
That's not going to happen. Yeah. It pains me to see the New York Mets too. Just, we can go and sign anyone. Uncle Stevie, blah blah blah. Even though they lost in the wild card, I don't want to. Because I'm going to have a Mets episode tomorrow, so I should talking too much smack here. But still, thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to Planet of New York Sports, and we'll see you maybe in a few days with the New York Giants video, where we'll be much more positive than this video right here. So,
except with one certain person, but we're not going to talk about that right now.
Oh. Yeah, we won't talk about that. No, we're not going to talk about that. That'll be another video. But please subscribe and thank you for watching.